Uh, Very good evening, everyone. Myself, Pooja, Chaurasia, Assistant Professor in IIMT College of Pharmacy in Greater Noida. Now discuss about my topic. My topic on like Clinical Establishment Act and Rule 2010. Now discuss about like topic of Clinical Establishment Act. Clinical establishment is defined as hospital and clinic and similar facilities that offer treatment for illness in any recognized system of medicine like allopathic, yoga, neuropathic, ayurveda, homeopathic, siddha, and unani. Now discuss about the when passed this act. The Clinical Establishment Act was passed by Parliament of India on 17 August 2010. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare was noticed the National Council for Clinical Establishment and Clinical Establishment like central government's rule in 2012 under this via Gazette and notified date like 19 March 2012 and 23 May and respectively date. Now discuss about and define of clinical establishment. The clinical establishment defined as healthcare establishment by any name engaged in diagnosis, treatment or care of injury, illness, pregnancy and abnormality of any patient. A clinical establishment on control or managed by a government like central government and other government like that department of the government and trust whether public or private a corporation including a society registered under a central or state government whether or not owned by the government, a local authority like a single doctor exception establishment of army force not covered under this act. Now discuss about the topic. Object like to establish digital registry of clinical establishment act like national and state and district level. A prevent quackery by unqualified practitioner by introducing registration system which is mandatory to improve quality of healthcare through standardized of healthcare facility by prescribing minimum standard of facility and service for all category of healthcare establishment like that any staff related to hospital and clinical is already educated and high qualified person required for any desirable place like hospital and nursing home and clinic hospital it's also. Let's discuss about state category. First is state UTS, where Clinical Establishment Act is applicable, and second is uh, state UTS 16 state like not applicable for the Clinical Establishment Act, but where their own act. Third is state which neither have Clinical Establishment Act nor their act. First, like state, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Himachal Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Andaman and Nicobar, Daman and the and Pondicherry, Mizoram, Chandigarh, UP, and etc. like 16 state is applicable for the clinical establishment, and 16 state is not applicable clinical establishment, but there was open clinical establishment like Arunachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, Manipuram, Nagaland, Punjab, Odisha, West Bengal, and Karnataka, Jammu Kashmir, Chandigarh, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Tripura, and Meghalaya also. And three state is not clinical establishment is not this act follow like Kerala and Goa and Gujarat also. Now discuss about the Council of India related to clinical staff and clinical establishment. First is National Council for Clinical Establishment. First is DGS, Doctorate General of Health Service, like ex officio chairperson, and second is fourth elected representative, like out of which one representative from Medical Council of India, second is Dental Council of India, and third is Nursing Council of India, and fourth is Pharmacy Council of India. The four member is elected like represent other council of India, like medical, dental, nursing, and pharmacy also. And third is Indian medical representing the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, like three elected person. Fourth is Central Council of India, like homeopathic, one elected representative. Fifth, Indian Medical Associate, one elected representative. Bureau of Indian Standard, one person is for the representative. Associate of Indian System of Medicine relating to Ayurveda and Siddha, Unani, to be nominated by central government for the only for the one representative. And last is Secretary General of the Quality Council of India. What is the function of Council of India? First is develop of minimum standard and their periodic review. Second is comply and publish a national register of clinical establishment. Third is classify the clinical establishment into different categories. Fourth is collect the static in respect of clinical establishment. And fifth is perform any other function determined by the central government from time to time. Second is at state level. At state level, like State Council for Clinical Establishment. First is chairperson, a chairman, a secretary health, IAS. Second is member secretary. These are director of medical and rural health service, like 14 member. First is doctors of different stream of India system of medicine, related to three members. Elected representative of Indian Council, like Medical Council, Dental Council, Nursing Council, Pharmacy Council, State Council of India system of related to 7 member is representative of elected member. Third is elected representative of State Council of India, IIMA, one member. Representative of line of paramedical system, like one person. state level consumer group or reputed health NGO like 2 member. Now discuss about at district level. District district registering authority DRA. Chairperson like TM या district collector. Next is convener, joint director, health service, and third is 3 member to be nominated by DM. First is city police commissioner, SSP and SP or nominee. Second is senior officer of local self government at district level like CMO, MOS and DDHS. Third is professional medical associate and body IMA या IAP. Next, discuss about the responsibility and power of DRA, district related authority. Grant, renew, provisional within a 10 days, permanent registration. लाइक 10 days में ही परमानेंट आपका जो भी रजिस्ट्रेशन है उसका करने का पावर इनके पास होता है. नेक्स्ट इज लिस्ट एक्सपायर रजिस्ट्रेशन. मेनी इशू आ notice to clinical establishment to show cause within a 3 month if condition of registration are not met. To enter and search unregistered clinical establishment after due notice, inspection and inquiry of registration clinical establishment. अगर एक कोई भी पर्सन अनरजिस्टर्ड या विदाउट लाइसेंस के किसी ने भी क्लिनिक ओपन किया है और एक बार से ज्यादा उसको नोटिस गया है तो उस केस में डीआरए के पास इतना पावर रहती है कि वो उनके लाइसेंस को या उनके क्लिनिक को परमानेंटली स्टॉप करवा सके या बंद करवा सके. मेनी कैंसिल रजिस्ट्रेशन आफ्टर गिविंग रिस्पॉन्सिबल अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड गिविंग रीजन आफ्टर कैंसिलेशन रजिस्ट्रेशन इमीडिएटली clinical establishment if imminent dangers to be health and safety of patient. Recover penalties and maintain district register of clinical establishment. Discuss about the condition for registration. Every clinical establishment shall fulfill the following condition. First is meet the prescribed minimum standard of facility and personnel. Maintain record and reporting are prescribed. Provide staff and facility as may be required to stabilize emergency medical condition of any individual. Now discuss about the procedure for registration. Application for provisional certificate of registration, like application in the prescribed performa along with prescribed fee to be made to district registering authority. Application can be filed in person or via post or online. If any medical establishment is in existence at the uh, time of this act, an application for its registration shall be made within a 1 year from the date of commercialize of this act. The clinical establishment which come into existence after this act shall apply for permanent registration within a period of 6 months from the date of the establishment. Next is provisional certificate. The authority shall be within a period of 10 days from the date of receipt of such application. Grant to be application applicant a certificate of provisional registration in such from and containing such particular and such information as may be prescribed. No inquiry prior to provisional registration, display of certificate of registration, duplicate certificate. First is provisional certification. The authority shall not conduct any inquiry prior to the grant of provisional certification registration. Sorry. Display of certificate of registration. The certificate shall be kept fixed in a conscious place in the clinical establishment in such manner so as to be visible to everyone visiting such establishment. Duplicate certificate. In case of certificates is lost, destroyed, and damaged, the authority shall issue a duplicate certificate on the request of the clinical establishment and on the पेमेंट ऑफ सच फीस में भी प्रिस्क्राइब इन केस अगर आपका सर्टिफिकेट डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है खो जाता है या किसी एक्सीडेंटली या डैमेज हो जाता है तो उस केस में आपको डीआरए आपको एक डुप्लीकेट सर्टिफिकेट बना के देगा विद द फीस. नेक्स्ट इज सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ परमानेंट registration. A authority shall, if it allow as application of the clinical establishment, issue a certificate of permanent registration in a such form and containing such particular as may be prescribed. The certificate shall be valid for the period of 5 years from the date of issue for the purpose of subsection 1 and provision of section 18, 19, 20 and 21 also apply. The prescription of renewal of permanent registration shall be made within 6 months before the expiry of validity of the certificate of permanent certification registration, and in case the application of renewal is not submitted within a period, the authority may be allowed renewal of registration on payment of such enhanced fees and penalties as may be prescribed. Inspection and register clinical establishment. The authority or officer authorized by the shall have the right to cause an inspection or inquiry in respect of any registered clinical establishment, its building, laboratory and equipment, and also of the work conduct or done by the clinical establishment to be made such as like multi-members inspection team as the direct and to cause an injury to be made respect of other matter connected with the clinical establishment, and that establishment shall entire to the represent trade cancellation of registration. If any time if at any time after any clinical establishment has been registered, the authority is satisfied that the condition of the registration as are not being complied with or person instructed with the management of the clinical establishment has been convicted and offenses punishable under this act. If many issue or notice to clinical establishment to show cause within a 3-month time at the why its registration under this act should not be cancelled for the reason to be mentioned in the notice. In case अगर इन्फेक्शन के टाइम पे कोई भी ऑफिसर अगर चेक करने के लिए आता है हॉस्पिटल या क्लिनिकल डिपार्टमेंट में, तो आपको सारे डॉक्यूमेंट एंड इंजर्ड डिपार्टमेंट भी आपको विजिट कराने होते हैं। इन केस आप कन्विक्ट पाए जाते हैं तो लगभग 3 महीने के अंदर में अपने रीजन, वैलिड रीजन आपको डिपार्टमेंट में शो करने होते हैं विद द मैनेजमेंट के साथ। If after giving a reason opportunity to the clinical establishment of authority satisfied that there has been a breach of any of the provision of this act or rule made there under it, may be an order without prejudice of any other action that it may take against such clinical establishment, cancel or register. Next is register or clinical establishment. The authority shall within a period of 2 years from the establishment comply, publish and maintain in digital format a register of clinical establishment, registered by it and itself enter the particular of the certificate so issue in a register to be mentioned in such form and manner as may be prescribed by the state government. Particular any register या registration for the clinical establishment manner by में ही आपका register में ही आपकी entry note की जाती है by the central या state government. Maintenance of state government of clinical establishment. Every state government shall maintain in digital in such a form and conducting such particular as may be prescribed by the central government as a register to be known as state government of clinical establishment in respect of clinical establishment of that state. Every state government shall supply in digital format to be clinical establishment a copy of the state register of clinical establishment shall inform that central government all additional to and other amendment in such register made for a particular month by the 15 days of the following month. Maintain of national register of clinical establishment. The central government that maintain the digital format as all India register to be called as national register is clinical register that shall be and amlang of the state register of clinical establishment maintained by the state government and shall caused by the same to same published in digital format. Penalties. Whoever contravenes any provision of this act shall, if no penalties provided elsewhere, be punishable for the first offences within with fine which may extend to 10,000 for any second offences with fine which may extend to 15,000 and for the subsequent offences with fine which may extend to 5. Monetary penalty of non-registration. Whoever carry on the clinical establishment without registration shall on first convict to liable to the monetary penalty up to 50,000 and second convict with penalty with many extent like 2 lakh and for the convict with the monetary penalty with extend like 5 lakh. Pharmacy aspect related to CEA. The Clinical Establishment Act 2010, pharmacy are classified as clinical establishment and are requested to be registered with the relevant authority. The Act lay down certain rule and regulation that pharmacy need to be followed ensure the safety and well-being their patient. Some of the key aspects related to pharmacy under the Clinical Act Establishment Act are: first is registration, second is qualification and training, third is quality of drug and service, fourth is patient safety, and fifth is grievance redressal. First is registration. The Act mandates that all clinical establishments, including pharmacy, must be registered with the appropriate regulatory authority. The registration process, including providing information on the ownership, location, infrastructure, and service offered by the pharmacy. Qualification and training select that Act specified that the pharmacy working in the pharmacy must process of necessary qualification and training as a Pharmacy Council of India guidelines like PCI. The pharmacists are also required to renew their registration every 5 years and undergo regulation training to stay updated with the latest development in the field of pharmacy. Next is quality of drug and service. The Act mandates the pharmacy must ensure the quality of drug and service offered to patients. These sorry, this include proper storage of medicine, maintaining proper record of medicine and dispense, and ensuring that the medicine are not expire or substandard. Patient safety. The Act laid down guidelines of patient safety in pharmacy. They including ensuring that the prescription are uh, legible and accurate, maintaining patient confidentially, and providing adequate information on the use of medicine to patient. Next is grievance redressal. The Act provides for the mechanism to address grievance of patient and their relative. The pharmacy is required to have to complaint redressal mechanism in place, and patient can approach the relevant authority on case of any complaints.